geeking out never looked so good. Two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Juancho and Vibe. Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? This is your boy Juancho.
This is Vibe.
And this is episode number 2 of, no, that's correct. The episode. That's with the
This
DA.
is Keeping Up with the Geek Bros, the second.
So, before we start our second podcast here, let's discuss about our first double featured episode of the Geek Girls versus the Geek Bros. Go over,
So you just want to get right into it? You don't ask me how my day was. I mean, I worked a hard day today. I set up the second mic right here, and that's all you're going to do? Just jump right into work?
Well,
how was your day today, Juancho?
We talked throughout the day, so I already know how your day went.
They didn't hear us talk throughout the day.
So how was your day, Vibe?
It was a very long day.
I heard.
But I got to figure out this second mic situation now. The mic's okay, but at least now we're not talking cheek to cheek like last episode.
Yeah, we're a little up in each other's grills.
There's no personal space.
Now we got some personal space, and my computer is fully charged, I think, so we'll be good.
Yeah, whatever. By the way, this guy forgot his camera, so we're trying something different for those who are watching us a week later. We're using this Logicam special webcam right now that I have hooked up to the studio. It's a different kind of look. We'll see whether you guys like it or not, and we're still working on the video side of this, but the audio side, we're coming along. We're coming along.
Yes, we are.
So you wanted to start talking about our weekend.
Shout out to Vanessa, Chili Goods, and their new cast member,
KZ. And thank you so much, Darth Flex. You the man. But using that as a little shout out, we can get right into this weekend, which had us doing what, Juancho?
We had a discussion of Wonder Woman.
No, not just a discussion of Wonder Woman, not even just a review of Wonder Woman. It was the
Geek Girls versus the Geek Girls. Not versus, but it was a quite interesting discussion.
It was a verse.
But I could say that the Geek Girls won this one.
They tore us apart with their arguments.
Oh my gosh.
With special mention to their latest Geek Girl, KC. She had the most eloquent...
That's not fair. See, I told you. What I told you about earlier.
Eloquent.
I told you about earlier. Stop bringing people in that...
I didn't bring her in. Jilly Goods, listen, kept on saying that this is a good match, and she was absolutely right. Casey rocked it, and it's very rare I can find somebody that can match wits with me. Furthermore, shut me up, and I kind of got shut down a couple of times.
It was quite a good, good discussion. Even though we did some jokes in there to try to keep it a little bit entertaining. Darth
Flex and Juancho, as Casey is ripping us apart with her discussion, they're just going. They're doing rock, paper, scissors, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing? We're having fun. I said, she's ripping us apart. We look like idiots. I don't care. But it was good. So guys, check that out. I'm actually currently editing it right now. It's the panel discussion about Wonder Woman, feminism, the superheroine genre. It was quite the discussion and a change of venue. We did it at a conference room, and it was nice. Nice chairs.
It was not what I was expecting.
It's only because
he's been pushing this one for a long time to do it there, and I can say that I will probably not return there unless we find a better place.
No, it's a good place. It's that unfortunately they overbooked and we got the small
conference room. And yet they didn't use large conference room after it was booked, and they told us no, we can't use it
because they didn't show up.
Shaking my head.
We didn't know that. So next time we'll do it again. We'll use a bigger conference room, and Juancho
different
will
location.
Be pleased. Well, let's move on, Juancho. What are we here for today?
We have a big, couldn't say big episode. We have a little good, not controversial topics to discuss about, but as well we have a big event this weekend, starting Friday through Sunday, E3. For those who doesn't know what E3 stands for, it's Electronic Expo, where video game companies like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and studios like Bethesda, Ubisoft, EA, Blizzard, maybe. Okay. I've never seen Blizzard there.
Really? Well, okay.
I'll have a panel because you usually have BlizzCon. We'll be discussing upcoming hardware, software, which will be video games for the video game industry. So I'm pretty excited about that. We got discuss a couple comic books, especially the big one out today that we were hoping for after we went to Star Wars Celebration. Darth Vader, issue 1. So let's get to it then.
By all means.
All
Carry
right.
on, Juancho.
So that'll bring us to our first topic, Star Wars, Darth Vader, issue 1. This is spoilers, full spoilers on this
Complete spoilers.
on this part. So let's begin. So tell me, Vibe, how you read the comic book first?
Okay,
even though you don't like the comic books, you did read it. Talk to me.
I
Tell me.
like comic books. I just don't read them very often. But I actually had the pleasure. Juancho gave me the book like quite literally 5 minutes before we started this, and I read it. It seems darker. It was short, but it seems darker, and it also seems like it's retconned.
The funny thing is that he goes in, how much do you pay for this book? I'm like, comic books usually go for $3.99, $4.99. He's like, that was short.
I'm like, that is short. How much did you pay for this? It was like $4. I said, okay, that's fine. So off the bat, I'm gonna cut to it. I should cut to it. I said at the Star Wars Celebration that this comic book was gonna begin with a big gigantic no, and that's exactly how it began. The comic began with 3 or 4 no's and then a big no.
But if those who have listened, what was a Star Wars Celebration and did listen to the Marvel Marvel show, they did state that it's going to start right there when he is
very
there.
true. But everybody knows that one of the big gripes about the ending of episode 3 is how he goes no. So I made a joke saying that they're gonna start with the no, and that's exactly what they did. They started with the no.
You know, I feel bad for that little robot doctor that was there in that room when he was getting, because he got completely crushed for no reason.
But if we can talk about the very first page, are they retconning the end of episode 3? Because you see that in the beginning of this comic book, he uses the Force on Emperor Palpatine, on Sidious. He uses the Force on him and like shows all his anger. That's not how it was at the end of it. He said no, and then they cut past it, and all you saw was Sidious grinning in the background when he said no. And this one, he goes no, and immediately goes and is like attacks, with the Force. So how do you feel about that, or what do you mean? Is that retconning it? Is that canon?
If you guys look at that scene where he is saying no, we're gonna look at it right now. It looks to me like that scene was really right after he had just exited that the port.
For those who are watching,
so you can see the little robot guy. Well, some here. So you can see the little robot guy finish getting crushed. So basically, this part of this shot is right after the ending of episode 3. Because if you take a look, you see here the little robot is crushed, and this is the one that has.
Of course, for those who are watching this a week later, by the way.
If you can tell in the 3 pages, you see Emperor Sidious going to smashing himself across the room.
Right.
Well, hey, happens.
Okay.
But how do you like it? I am pretty excited. Very kind of not dark, right? Kind of little.
Well, I mean, he's being ruthless. I mean, he gets. Well, what happened? Let's explain what happens.
Right after that, Sidious talking to him about how.
Right after that, the Sidious takes kisses the back of his hand and slaps him across the face. Says, "Don't you ever use the Force on me again."
No, but that was before he told him if you saved her.
Huh? No, and the thing, after he uses the Force on him.
Oh, he did. No, but he
says, I know you're going through a hard time, but if you ever use
no,
me, then he
see,
shocks
this
him.
is before. He asked them, "Did you save her?" And Sidious goes, "No, it was your rage that killed her."
Right, but I'm saying no.
Then right after that is when he gets shocked.
Right, exactly. He
got shocked pretty good.
Yeah, he got shocked, and he was told, "Don't you ever use that on me again?"
Sidious used his backhand on him. He's like,
exactly.
Check yourself.
He goes, "Don't you ever, okay? You might be." All right. So, yeah. So it was interesting. Then Sidious leads him to
explain to him that he needs a lightsaber.
A lightsaber because he's like, "Where's your saber to defend yourself against the lightning?" And he's like, "Obi-Wan, took it from me." And he goes, "No, that saber belonged to somebody else. That's a Jedi. You're not a Jedi. You need to."
And goes to. I'm pretty happy how they kept somewhat to the Kyber's crystal getting bleed on to make it a Sith. Saber.
Well, they mentioned that. I mean, that was part of it. They said it was originally in well, not originally, but non-canon or whatever. They said that the Sith lightsabers were synthetic crystals. That's why they were red. Now they said, okay, no, it has to be a Jedi Kyber crystal, and then they bleed it, and then explain what bleeding it means.
Yeah,
so it's tormenting it and giving
tormenting
it
it,
rage.
yes, because
Right.
it's a living thing. So it will explain why the color red, rage,
Right.
anger. So it makes sense of to why the red saber.
I need a canon explanation for the purple saber. I need to. No, I'm just saying. If
Why is Miss Windu
why is-
had a
why is
purple
Miss Windu-
lightsaber?
Exactly. So I wanted in the canon, explanation for
So
that.
it's out today, guys. Check your local comic book stores for that. I'm happy I picked up his copy, even though I couldn't get the special edition of Judge Tyler Christopher's variant cover, which had Anakin as a figurine on the front, which we gotta look for that one out. So that's pretty much it for
And yes, so tune in monthly, and we're gonna review
next
each
week.
issue as it
Next issue
out.
comes out on June 21st. So
It comes out monthly. Or is it
semi-monthly because it's the
bi-monthly?
21st. It came out today, so 3 weeks from today you'll get the
Okay.
the
So
next
tune
one.
in with us every couple episodes, and every issue that comes out, we're gonna read it right beforehand. We're gonna discuss it because I know you guys are interested in, and plus Juancho is forcing me to.
Good. The next thing, why do they keep bringing old school movies back? Why couldn't they just leave them old school? Are we that bad in creativity that we have to keep going back to refurbish movies?
You mean reboots?
Reboots? Why?
What's wrong with reboots?
But are we not creative enough to be able to create new movies?
Well, they
Why do
said-
we have to keep rebooting movies? Are we recycling?
They
Because when does
said-
video movies become recyclable?
Well, I have two responses for that. One, that the oh no, I blanked. One is you have to ask yourself, what is the movie industry if not a business? They want money, and it's easier to go with an established brand that either did well or could do well than take a risk on something and have it flop. Correct?
Yeah.
So, and that's what and the reboot concept. I mean, it's happening forever. So,
This leads us to the movie, The Mummy. Why?
well, they wanted a grittier take on it.
That's the most movie I'm looking forward to this weekend is The Mummy. There's a couple out, but something that's the only movie that stand out because it's a reboot. I like the first Mummy. The first Mummy was an excellent movie.
I mean, it was campy. It was fun for what it was, but this one seems like they're trying to make it more gritty, darker, more grounded. More of like a disaster movie, or like a monster movie.
I like Hypnotet.
The original Mummy was more comedy, and I didn't say I didn't like it. I enjoyed it.
Hypnotet. I liked it, but we'll see how that goes. Not
Are we
excited.
gonna go watch it?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
We're not
I don't
watching
know.
it. And nor are we reviewing it for Geek Bros.
No.
Well, maybe, I don't know. If you guys watch it, let us know. We'll read your reviews on air next week. How about that?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
hey,
better?
if you guys do watch it, please send us a comment because we really want to know how it went in your experience. We can go online and read the reviews and stuff, but getting it straight from
the audience,
audience,
from
it's
from
better.
The typical audience, you're not gonna bog it down with like colloquials and verbiages and nonsense. You're gonna say it was crappy because of this. It was good because of this. The graphics were terrible. Tom Cruise, why? Stuff like that.
yeah. Now here's the next thing. Remember last time when we talked about
Are we changing topics?
Yes, we did.
Oh no. Carry on.
We talked about Pokéland.
You talked about Pokemon. I reacted.
Very true. You reacted quite well.
I reacted to Pokemon.
After that, I ended up having a Pokemon itch.
Okay.
Meaning that I'm going back to my Pokemon roots.
There, if you go, there's topical cream for those kind of itches. If you go to CVS and say you got a it just turned me off.
I wanna travel across the land
Poke itch.
for a Poke itch cream. So that leads us to the next topic, Pokemon. Today, yesterday actually was Pokemon Direct. They announced a couple new games coming soon. Pokemon Tournament DX for the Switch, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for the DS.
The remixes, they always do remixes.
But this is not a remix of those two games of the Pokemon handheld games.
Okay.
This is a brand new story.
Also, so it's a sequel. They do sequels to these
Well,
things?
according to them, Pokemon. If you go to Nintendo.com/Nintendo Direct, they gave you.
This is for the DS? They're still making games for the DS? I thought it was all for the Switch now.
We have Poke Tournament DX Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Pokemon Moon, and they were going to bring back Gold version and Silver version for the game for the handhelds.
Oh, okay.
So I was quite happy about that. Now after that directed, there was Facebook. You see all these posts. Somebody had posted something about a Magikarp game. Most addicting game I've ever played for a long time. We have a group chat here, and I've been posting
screenshots of this game, and it looks like somebody used a crayon and drew all the little things, the little scenes for it. It is. For those who are watching, just look at it. Can you see it? Look at that. That doesn't do it justice. Look at it. Look at this. You guys gotta check it out. Oh, it's backwards, but that's how it looks. It looks like somebody used a magic marker with some crayons, and like.
I'm excited. It's
I thought
addicting.
Pokemon Dungeon was bad. I mean, Jesus.
Look, you're feeding I'm currently feeding my Magikarp some berries.
All he's doing is just using.
All you do in this game is raise Magikarp, then they can't be raised anymore, and then you have to raise a brand new Magikarp. So basically, it's like a tilapia farm.
Look at this. Yeah, basically.
And if your Magikarp evolves, the little trainer guy goes, "No, Magikarp," because he transforms into a Gyarados, evolves into a Gyarados. So yeah, that's the Pokemon segment right there. It's been quite an interesting 24 hours for Pokemon.
Understand that this is not a Geek Bros approved game. This is a
Juancho approved game. I approved this game 110 times.
It is something for toddlers to keep them quiet. And Juancho, of course, is the biggest toddler I've ever met.
Now, moving on, my friend. Moving on here.
How dare you move on?
I'll move on if I want to move on.
Listen, the mummy is coming. Stop.
Hypnoted. Now, usually have a segment that we discuss what video games are coming out this week. But because, since I mentioned earlier today, we have E3 coming this week, we're going to be discussing about E3. A couple things on my list here, Mr. Vibe, is let the audience know when and what times are these press conference. You have EA Saturday at 12 p.m. That's Pacific time, guys. So if you're in the Eastern time...
Pacific?
Pacific.
You said specific time.
Pacific.
I heard specific time.
You have Xbox Sunday 2 p.m. Pacific time. Bethesda Sunday at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Ubisoft on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Specific time.
Sony Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And Nintendo Tuesday at 9 a.m.
I won't lie, I've never heard Pacific time sound so sensual. Juancho, you dirty, dirty dog, you.
So much Pacificness.
I'm telling Vinay. Or Vani. How do we pronounce her name again?
Vane.
It's Vane.
Vane.
Okay.
So, Nintendo. I don't know where this came from, but Nintendo at the beginning, 2015 or towards the middle of 2016.
Okay.
After the Wii U, everybody's like, is this company still relevant? What are they doing other than DS? Out of nowhere, they come to Switch.
Yeah.
Thanks to Casey, I was able to have some fun with with the Switch.
Oh, you did play with the Switch. Yes, I did see that. I mean,
a lot of fun. It sold me to buy one.
Did it really?
It really did.
I was too shy to ask to play.
I want to see.
Juancho completely hogged it.
I want to see more of this Switch and see what games are coming out, because it's pretty fun to have like a full blown game type of, like, instead of a handheld game to take anywhere.
Okay.
That sounds pretty impressive, and I loved it. Every single second of it. So, guys, that day, for those who are loving Nintendo, stay tuned. They'll probably be announcing some few things. One of the things I'm excited about to hear is about Mario Odyssey. It's like a open world game, from what I see. I don't know the details of it, but hey, looks pretty fun.
It sounds fun.
You that have a PS4. What do you think? What do you expect from Sony?
How do you know I have a PS4?
Because I see it right there on your shelf.
I withdraw my comment. I'm hoping. Well, I mean, listen. I don't. All I've been waiting for, which is a few of us been waiting for, is just Kingdom Hearts. I'm hoping that they announce something about the Kingdom Hearts 3, and of course, I'm actually very interested in, because one of the few. What you guys know about? I like RPGs, but I don't usually. I start them, but I don't finish them. I get bored quickly. But one of the few ones that I did finish was Final Fantasy 7. No, Final Fantasy 7 with Cloud.
Well, you just finished that one.
I finished. No, I didn't just finish it. That's one of the few that I finished.
Oh, the full.
In my childhood, I finished the entire thing, and they're doing a remake of it, and that's also coming out. And I've been hearing it forever. I'm hoping for big announcements of that.
Now, what about Shenmue?
What the heck is
Shenmue
that?
3. A game that has been wanted for a long time. In 2015, they actually created a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3. And right away, they were able to meet the goal. So I hope they mention something about Shenmue 3.
You're saying Shenmue 3 as in a part 3. There's a part 1 and part 2. What was it about?
It's kind of like a Sega old school game. You know, like there's certain parts in the game where you have to have click a button that you see on the screen.
Okay.
It's a story about a guy. I can't really get into these. I don't remember so much of it, but great story, amazing story. That it was really good.
You guys look this
oh
up
yes, definitely.
And go from there.
One thing that I want to see from Sony,
Battlefront 3. No, it's not. Is that Sony only? That's not
no,
Sony
no,
only.
no. I want to see more of the VR.
The virtual reality
for Sony. Want to see more. Now here's the thing. Each of these companies have a gimmick. Microsoft at one point had the Kinect. It didn't really do so much as I planned.
Oh yeah, the Kinect was the thing, but that was their way of competing with the Wii.
Yeah, but then now Sony has the VR.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that rain?
That is rain. It's been raining here in South Florida for the past week, and we're about. By the time we finish this podcast, we're gonna be doing this in boats.
Wow. Because I saw the sky for the first time in like.
Global warming is a lie.
Oh, right.
But so yes, I'm excited for Sony. Next, Microsoft. Now here, Microsoft has been taking a hit from both of these two companies, in my opinion. They've been struggling. I haven't really seen much productivity from them. So, Project Scorpio is a brand new Xbox One upgrade version of it.
Okay.
It's going to be more powerful, so I'm expected to see more on that, and hopefully they can come up with something. I mean, I haven't seen much of it. I was very disappointed with last year's E3 presentation, so hopefully this year around they can actually sell me again, because, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Microsoft right now and the Xbox. I was a big Xbox One fan, Xbox 360, Xbox fan, and I don't know, man. I've been wanting to switch over. But we'll see how they do this year. So that leaves us with the next things on discussion. So Vibe, talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind today.
Open discussion. All right. I love open mic part of our podcast. Why do I gotta go first?
All right. Let's bring it up.
No, forget it. Okay, so I'll bring it up because he's being himself. What I first want to talk about, piggybacking off of the Geek Bros versus Geek Girls shameless promotion episode is coming up. Big episode, 2-part special. One of the things for part 2 that we talked about was the controversy around the all-woman screening one time at the Alamo, some random theater somewhere.
Texas.
Texas,
Alamo,
was it?
Yeah, Texas.
Oh, okay, my bad. Texas. And it was an all-woman screening, and it caused some controversy to the point where even the mayor had to get in there and say, listen, I'm going to defend this.
Sign up.
Stop getting so, stressed out about it. So what the question is why was it such a controversy, and what was the intent? Are we gonna say that it was just for women, or are we gonna say that they did it just to get publicity to stir controversy? And that's where I want to lead the discussion for this.
With these things, anything you want to do is going to lead to some type of publicity. Of
course.
It was stupid. Everybody nowadays is butthurt about a simple little thing, and this was something that should have never been on the news, should have never been even mentioned. Why? Who cares? It's an all screening. When you go to a let's say, well, give me a male event that only males can go to, that it's only restricted. Let's say if you have a club and only guys are.
That's never gonna happen. Just try something different. I know. He's.
Guys,
that's a bad analogy.
All right, so you have
for cosplayers only. You have to go there.
Exactly. Who cares? Let them go as cosplays. It's not going to stop you. And plus, it wasn't even in the theater. It was only a specific screen.
Yeah. So
one. You could have go to another screen to watch it. Who cares? Let all these women watch the movie for all sake. It's not going to stop. It's still not going to stop the sales of the movie. It's still not going to stop the movie. So why would they make sense?
They were calling for boycotts. That's how serious.
Why? Because it's because people are just want to complain about everything nowadays.
Oh, but that's the culture that we have now. We have a platform for everybody to sit there, and anything that bothers them, they can vent about it, and they will find like-minded individuals, especially even in their area. That's the drawback about social media and the interconnectivity of the web, because now it brings everybody together, but also it starts cliques, and cliques form little groups, and these groups get to gripe about things.
And on the defense of the girls, I do understand why they did it. It was really a powerful movie if you are, show that female have strength.
I disagree.
I give the movie an 8.5, remember?
Yes, he did give it a movie 8.5, and I gave it, I think,
7.1.
7.1, and I said the 0.1 was for feminism. That's a joke in it, too. Again, guys, please check out our Geek Girls vs. Geek Bros, whatever review. Very good. Shameless plug. Carry on. So our next topic, we're going to move on to
Wonder Woman on the box office.
Yeah, we're going to actually transition. The Wonder Woman movie made $100 million in a weekend.
Good
WTF.
job.
Now, how do you feel about that? Like, it outgrossed Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 1, Avengers, I believe.
They needed this movie, man. Warner Brothers needed this movie, like I stated on the Geek Bros.
DC generally needed this movie.
Well, remember, the studio is Warner Brothers.
Right.
So DC, this has nothing to do with DC. Even though DC copied Marvel's entry logo.
Oh my god.
Because they can't come up with anything new.
Oh, we have to review that. I cannot believe. I remember I was sitting there with Juan, and we saw DC's new movie logo, and I was like, did you see that stuff? He's like, yeah, I saw it. Oh, and, what a shame. I said, come on, DC, don't be that guy, DC.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The movie was actually good. It was hyped. This movie was hyped for a long time, and this was like.
But so was Batman vs Superman. So was Suicide Squad.
But they needed this one, so that's why they said DC and Warner Brothers needed this movie for the DCU universe.
Congratulations, DC! But I hope you know now that you've done this, the expectations for Justice League are even higher. So the likelihood of you failing, or disappointing the fans is high.
But remember,
now.
They have now a good director who directed a couple movies for the brothers.
Well, Joss Whedon. Okay, also got burnt out because of an ensemble cast. Now, I'm telling you right now, why would he, if he got burnt out from the Avengers, Age of Ultron, he has less characters, but it's still an ensemble cast. Hopefully he's dusted it off and he's ready to go, because, I'm a little butthurt that he jumped over to DC. I won't lie.
Talking about that, a whole bunch of characters, they mentioned on, actually, there was a picture floating around that had the, trailers for the Ultron movie. Did you see that vibe?
The what now?
The picture with all the trailers of all the cast members for the Ultron movie.
The Ultron?
Xfinity Ultron movie.
You mean the trailers?
For the
there was an aerial view of all the
Infinity Gauntlet movie.
Yes, there was an aerial post of all the trailers for the Infinity, and it was just trailer upon trailer upon trailer. So many trailers for a movie set. And Juancho was like, "Oh my god!"
I really hope that if they're able to manage that many characters and give enough time and not try to like blur any character out, or that's a lot of killing though. Can you imagine? Just to get rid of all those characters, you're just gonna have to kill them right off.
That's gonna be
have
funny.
Thanos go ape crazy on them. So yeah, the next leads us to the Mr. Flex was bringing up to me a conversation earlier this week about Netflix. Talk to me. You did something about Netflix. Talk to me.
Flex.
No, I said.
You said Mr. Flex.
I said Mr. Vibe.
No, you said Flex. You said Mr. Flex.
So you can flex. Show your guns, bro.
Okay.
Show your guns.
Solid. You guys need to watch us, because you haven't seen what we're doing. But no, this is a podcast. Listen to us, our buttery smooth voice. So apparently Netflix is now acting like a real network, and they've canceled randomly 2 shows, The Get Down and Sense8. And my problem is, why? Especially since Sense8 was a critically acclaimed show, and
a lot of people were pissed.
From what I hear, and apparently the excuse is that from the head of Netflix saying that they need to take more risks, and they need to even if there's more cancellations, so they need to expand their horizon. I don't understand what that response has to do with why you canceled these 2 shows. What does that have to do with risk? What does that have to do with anything? Of course, Netflix is notorious. They don't ever show the ratings of the review show, so we have no idea what is being shown. But why is Sense8 being canceled? And you got something like Fuller House carrying on. Fuller House is, I mean, it's cute, but it's not critically acclaimed. Is it because Netflix is losing money? Is it because they can't afford to because Sense8 is like X number of characters, a whole bunch of places around the globe. Is it too ambitious for them? And instead of just being honest and saying, "Hey, listen, we just can't afford this show," and maybe get the audience behind it, you're gonna say, "Oh, we need to take more risks, so we're just gonna cancel." And if you don't cancel, we won't cancel because you gotta cancel. It was odd. How do you feel about that?
I really didn't watch too much of Sense8. I didn't even know there was a show called Sense8 on Netflix.
Well, what I mean is in general of Netflix canceling shows.
They usually, but monthly don't. I haven't. This is the first time that I actually hear that how they're canceling shows.
Exactly.
I've never heard or any article or anything come up saying, "Oh, Netflix canceling show." Yeah, we have monthly things saying, "Oh, the show's coming in, the show's coming out." But for them to cancel a Netflix exclusive show,
to use the term "cancel" as opposed to not being renewed or it's not coming back,
exactly,
that's a very strong message.
Why?
Out there,
we need to know why.
So I think I'd like to follow this a little more, see what the real reason is. But I think that the head of Netflix, his response left me wanting more. I think it was a scapegoat. I think he needs to be honest. Maybe they're just not making the money. They don't want to do it anymore. Just say you don't want to do it. So that's just how I feel. Is my sound on? Should be off. Sorry,
he told his mic off and he has his phone on. Look at that.
Yep.
Shaking my head.
It's
shaking my head.
It's off.
I'm literally shaking my head.
But on to happier news. Thor Ragnarok.
So I took Vibe to go see the movie this weekend, Wonder Woman, into a Dolby theater at AMC in Aventura, Florida. And man, the seats were vibrating.
When the bass hit, there's no reason why my booty was vibrating. Okay, my sphincter was rocked. I was kind of sitting there like, ooh, So that was amazing, though. It was amazing. But I'd like to, real quick, re-review the Thor Ragnarok trailer, and I want to talk about this with Juancho. It's something it's the feel of it is very different. Everybody knows this, so let's do it. Oh, sorry guys. Hold that thought. I don't want that. We'll move on. Hold on.
Pause it.
I'm pausing it.
Talk to me. Tell me why you want to see me. Coca-Cola. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Coca-Cola. Okay.
Alright. Hold on. There we go. Why did they pick this song out of all the songs for this? It makes no sense. Why?
How did this happen? Well, it's a long story.
Waldron.
Digging that haircut, son.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
From work.
Okay, so we
comes
just
out in
watched.
November. We're excited.
Very excited. So let's get into it. It from this trailer, it reminds me of it's got like a 300 meets Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it.
Yes,
that's a very different tone than the first.
But here's
two
the thing: the
movies.
trailer makes it seem like that. But this movie itself, the way that the plot, if you look at it, Asgard gets destroyed. You see people dying. Yes, it's Marvel. It tends to be colored, but this movie seems a little bit different. Yes, the trailer's pumped, like bringing it up because of the hype. Saying,
but can we agree that the trailer for Thor and Thor: The Dark World was cut completely exactly, but it was cut toward the way the movie was going to look.
Do you think there's when they do Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the trailer sold. They want to sell it.
But the trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy didn't fit the tone. This is a very different tone. So are we assuming that they just made a trailer with a different tone of a trailer, or is this movie in general a different tone? I think in general it's a different tone.
I think this movie in general it's a completely different tone. It's a different Thor. Now remember, this Thor looks a little bit different than the Asgard Thor with the long hair, stranding over. Look, I think this Thor is more
humbled or maybe more.
I think he becomes a little bit more humble.
Let's say humble. I mean, humbled
less
more
cocky?
so than
less cocky.
Less cocky, but I mean, he wasn't that bad after the first movie. But I think this one, he's more like he's humbled more in a like less privileged kind of way, as opposed to being cocky because he doesn't have whatever he didn't have.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that can we then say that Thor 3 owes a lot of props to the success of Guardians of the Galaxy because it allows now Marvel to feel even more comfortable with making him be where he's supposed to be, more cosmic, more out there, less grounded in Earth, because that's what they did. They grounded him kind of on Earth because they didn't think that the audience was ready for that fantastical cosmic thing. Then they said, okay, well, you know what? Let's just throw a talking tree and see how that goes. Oh my God, they love it. Thor 3 should be
I'm
more.
Groot.
So I would, so what do you think? What are we looking at for the movie?
I'm Groot.
You are Groot.
I am Groot.
You are Groot.
I'm Groot.
We are Groot.
We are Groot together.
We are Groot.
I love it. I can't wait for it. I'm excited. I want to see more of it. Hopefully another trailer before the movie.
I think that's good enough. I like that trailer. I just want
I want to see. Oh, is this during World War Hulk or is it?
They're taking elements. Oh, sorry guys. It's been a long day. They're taking elements from World War Hulk. Planet Hulk.
Planet
Hulk. That's obvious. So they said that apparently that he has his own little arc in there, which is kind of cool. I'd like to see how this fits in with, because there's a lot of plot threads. You're talking about.
They need to have two more Infinity Stones before the Gauntlet's complete, or this is the last one needed?
I think this is the last one.
Because we have the Soul Stone.
I think Soul Stone.
I think this will be the Soul Stone.
So here's the thing, though.
I hope, hopefully, because we're missing one.
There's a lot of plot threads they have to. One, Loki took over Asgard, and the Allfather was missing. Then you got to find out that Loki took over. Then apparently he goes and meets up with Doctor Strange, and then you've got him being captured and meeting Hulk. That's a lot of things you got to weave into a nice narrative.
Hey, but I guess
and this is Ragnarok. This is the end of the gods. So do you think that they're blowing their load by putting too much? Kind of how okay.
Well, if they're preparing to freaking come out with a movie with full of 10 plus superheroes, I'm pretty sure they're ready to come up with the whole plot.
But Juancho, that's a lot of stuff for one movie. A lot of threads that you have to make into one coherent narrative.
Whole thing.
The last time we saw something like that was what? Dawn of Justice, and they had a lot of different threads. They had a piece of the Dark Knight Returns. They had a piece of the death of Superman. They had a piece of all these different things, weaving it all together. It became a train wreck. So is Marvel about to train wreck themselves?
But no, I don't think so. A great example: Civil War.
No,
you had the continuation of what's his name?
Ooh. Civil War was only one. It was a bunch. It was a lot of characters, but one story.
Okay, you have the interpersonal fights between each other. Then you have Bucky.
That's just no. You see, that's different. That was that. It was about finding Bucky and then Civil War. Now, yes, they did throw in the death of Howard Stark. I think them in it, but it all worked together in the same narrative. These things, the Planet Hulk has nothing to do with Thor Ragnarok in the comics.
I think Marvel Studios will be fine with it. I'm pretty sure they're not setting themselves up for anything but success.
I'm concerned. I won't lie to you right now. I'm tell you guys right now that I am concerned that they're trying to do too much and they might age of themselves.
I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be perfectly fine. I don't think Planet
Hulk has any business being part of Thor.
But here's this: how much Planet Hulk is there? Is it just Hulk how they got him up there? Because during the when they're up there in the top part of the VIP room,
okay,
Loki goes, "Oh, I have a special we have a special surprise for you."
Loki
And
says that? You mean the other guy, Jeff Goldblum's character?
I don't remember what one of those two said.
It was Jeff
one of those two
Goldblum.
said. So maybe they were able to get the Hulk there. So we just have to watch the movie. I don't think they're setting themselves up for
Loki,
success.
All-Father, Thor, Ragnarok,
They are setting themselves up for success.
Planet Hulk, meeting new characters, missing. I mean, it's a lot. But Juancho believes they're good, and I'm a little concerned. But the trailer though, off the chain.
True that. And Lisa's to the next discussion says we're still in Galaxy World here.
So,
Orvilles.
oh,
What
yes.
are the Orvilles?
Hold on, we're gonna.
The Seth MacFarlane sound. Is it Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane.
Yes, the Seth MacFarlane sounds familiar to you. Family Guy, Ted. Well, the fall of this year, Fox is going to have a brand new show called The Orvilles.
It's in the vein of a Star Trek-ish parody. I mean, if anybody saw Galaxy Quest, it's so much like that. I mean, it's such a shame because I know they wanted to do a Galaxy Quest show, and this stole its thunder.
But this man, this after seeing this trailer, I'm hooked. I really want to see this episode.
And speaking of that trailer, oh my god!
Ed, have a seat. I have good news. There's a ship available, the USS Orville.
Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to serve on an exploratory vessel.
You're nobody's first choice for this job. But we have 3,000 ships to staff, and we need captains.
He's the legend of
We're giving you...
He's pissed his candy back.
I just want to say I am thrilled to be your new captain. I want this to be an efficient ship.
Every time he talks, it reminds me either Peter Griffin or Ted.
Your entire species is male, isn't it?
That is correct, sir.
Probably not a lot of arguments about leaving the toilet seat up and that kind of thing, right?
Mocklins urinate only once per year.
Really? I'm up 2-3 times a night.
That is unfortunate.
It is. Time to meet the locals.
Hi, I'm Captain Ed Mercer. Holy crap! We don't mean
Oh
your
my
family
god,
any
they
harm.
killed Tyrell.
We did just shoot his dad.
Aside from shooting your dad, we don't mean your family any harm.
Captain, there's a message coming in from Admiral Halsey. It says that an executive officer has become available.
No. No.
Oh, crap. Sorry, man. You okay?
Yeah, it's all good, man. You okay?
Yeah, all good. Sorry.
All right, no worries.
The captain does not appear to be pleased at the arrival of his first
Oh,
officer.
look where she is.
No way.
You know how many times I tried to talk to you, but you were hearing me before you were at all, and I didn't. I was the one who suggested couples
The
counseling.
therapist was your brother-in-law.
This should be a really fun trip for all of us.
Perhaps we should not be talking about this.
Oh, no.
How a weird way to save the galaxy when your what is it, ex-wife?
You'll be delivering supplies to the science station on Epsilon 2. Thank you for coming. We need protection.
Protection from what?
The krill. We have figured out a way to manipulate the speed of events.
So, it's an anti-banana ray.
It's really interesting.
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
You do realize this could be used as a weapon.
That's why you're here.
What is the Captain Mercer? Just detected a krill destroyer entering orbit.
Door's jammed.
Clara, you want to open this jar of pickles for me?
I love her.
I loosened it for you.
Return fire.
Give me the device. I will destroy your...
That's like Galaxy
Sorry,
Quest.
can you move like 2 steps to your right? It's just a lot of dead space there. Just perfect. Yeah, sorry, you were just very weirdly framed. What is that? Is that a beer?
Hey, I'm nervous. It's a new ship. I want to make a good impression.
It's 9:15 in the morning.
Sorry. Okay, so we just you just listened to the Orville trailer for Fox, the Fox new show. I am all in.
I am all in as
I'm
well.
all in. It looks hilarious.
It looks funny.
My only concern is that I don't really. I mean, you laughed at it, but the whole with my ex-wife. Then you know that throughout the season it's going to be one of those will they, won't they? They hate each other, but they kind of still love each other.
I don't think so. I think this. I
guarantee
think this is going to be I hate her. Why is she here? We'll make more kind of.
At first, yes, but I'm telling you, it's going to.
I don't think so.
It's going to become. There's going to be a few episodes. They're going to look at each other. It's going to be like this. Look at me. Hey,
Sup?
how you doing? I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, but other than that, this looks like a lot of fun. It's in the vein of Galaxy Quest, and it's great. You should have this out there since Star Trek doesn't come back to TV anytime soon.
No.
And it doesn't count being on that streaming service.
But I'm excited. Seth MacFarlane, even though he had a couple, one movie that wasn't that bad.
What do you mean?
That was actually, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
He did that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did that one.
But he did the Teds
He
too,
did two Teds. I like both Teds.
I like the first Ted. The second Ted didn't make any sense.
I like the second Ted and the first Ted.
No.
But every time I hear him talk, it reminds me of Peter Griffin.
No, he sounds more like his voice lends more to Brian than it does Peter Griffin.
True. No, actually, he tends to remind me more of Peter Griffin.
How so?
Or Stewie.
I got your Stewie right here.
Alright, leaving to the next final topic of the day. I've been back to MMOs. Ever since, school's almost finished for the semester for the summer, I've been getting back to MMOs and MMORPGs to be exact. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
And I got shocked. I said, wow,
heaven
is that even
sworn.
still going on? So,
Yeah, I'm hooked on it. I really am quite liking the game.
I did not know there was still a Final Fantasy Online game going on. I mean, there's such little discussion. I barely even hear about WoW anymore. So when you told me you're playing this game, I said, you're doing what?
MMORPGs are still relevant to this day. Yet, even though some of them are free to play, like Guild Wars 2, I think, I'm not 100% sure. They're still quite popular, and yet they're still out there. I played World of Warcraft for about 7 years.
I played for about 7 weeks.
Ran a guild. I mean, I had to go cold turkey because this game was pretty addicting. It got to a point that I will be having a full-time job, going to work, going to school, taking care of my love life and friends, and you're still managing to put at least 25 to 30 hours a week. How the hell did I manage? I don't know. But MMORPG tends to be addicting.
They're designed that way. They're designed to be addicting.
Oh my goodness.
I'd say so. I don't know. I never, ever got that bug. I played WoW. I played I played Final Fantasy Online, the original one, 10 years ago, whatever. And I played it for quite literally a day. Didn't like it. Handed it off to the brother at the time, and that's how he continued. And me, I was just like, oh, well, I'm done, I'm good.
But yeah, hey, MMORPGs are some stress reliever for some people. I guess that's all for me. So I think they're still relevant, and I can't wait to see what more. There's a new expansion coming out, Stormblood. So check that out. Should be out in June 21st or 12th. Yeah, it's coming out very soon.
Are you gonna get into that?
I'm not even. I'm only a level 23. I'm not even there yet.
So you're slacking.
Man, I gotta slack.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. The hardcore, the real gamers.
No, not going there again. Not going down that path again, Vibe. Not going down that path.
Okay, proud of you.
So, Mr. Vibe, it was been a pleasure to do the episode number 2.
The second. Thanks for tuning in.
Second.
Thanks for tuning in to Keep It Up with the Geek Bros, our weekly podcast. This is the second episode.
The second.
And please be sure to listen to us on WeBeGeeks.pc.com. You can get it there the night of these podcasts, or check it the following day on either Google Play or iTunes. Please subscribe there. Or if you're so inclined to watch us a week afterwards, we have the video replay posted onto our YouTube channel, along with all our other goodies out there.
Yes,
at Vibe Studios.
And this is going to be an unedited video, so you'll be seeing all the shenanigans through screen.
Unedited. There's no sound effects. There's no blips. This is us as raw.
So yes,
just like you like it.
There goes the explicit post.
Exactly right.
God dang it, Darth Vader. We're going so clean. So
yeah,
clean.
You didn't curse at all this episode.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so happy.
And then you go and drop that. God dang, not after that explicit on there.
That was good. Well done. I'm so proud of Juancho. Anyway, guys, check us out on Facebook. That's facebook.com/VibeRevStudios. There's Geek Bros has their own Instagram.
Geek Bros, that's with a 0. And Geek Bros with the 0 spawn on Twitter.
And then we've got vibestudios.com, VIBEREVSTUDIOS.com
Geek Bros
for all Vibe Studios content, especially what's now running my studio, Pure Geek Bros. For all you Geek Bros, Geek Girls, unboxing, cocktails.
I've taken over his studio.
It's like, I might as well just say, Vibe Revolution Studios, the home of the Geek brand, because that's what it is now. But check out all our stuff. There's something for everyone. And once again, I'm your co-host, Vibe.
I'm Juancho.
And thanks for tuning in.
Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.